I never realised until I left Ireland that there was such a huge interest around the world in GAA and ladies football and camogie. Within a few weeks of arriving in Maastricht, got talking to Shea O'Doherty and another guy, Chris Marley, in the local Irish pub. And between us we hatched a plan to set up the Maastricht Gaels. I wanted to make sure that there was an option for people here to experience Gaelic games. There was people who came out of retirement, people who'd never even heard of the games. We had to tell them, explain what Gaelic games were. Within a month we had enough people for a men's and a ladies team. You know, some of my fondest memories are from the first days when we were on the road and we could barely make a team. We always took the approach that the games were for enjoyment and we weren't so competitive. We had great fun on the road, travelling to tournaments. Because at the time we'd often have to fly to a tournament, stay for a weekend. So we'd fly on a Friday, stay overnight, play all day Saturday, party Saturday night, and then wind our way home on a Sunday. Sometimes not so fresh as we headed out on the Friday. In 2006, we travelled to Barcelona and we knew if we won that tournament we could actually win the European Shield, which is now the Intermediate Championship. And that tournament was notable for two reasons. One, we did actually win. We beat Amsterdam and Copenhagen along the way. It was a closely fought battle over the season, but we emerged victorious then in Barcelona. And I suppose just as satisfying was the fact that our girls team, who hadn't won a match in a year and a half they'd been playing, they won their first game in the same tournament. So we were all in a very good, happy party humour in Barcelona that night. My partner is the chair of the club, the secretary. She probably hates me for that, but yeah, I think I met her and the following week she was out training and a few weeks later she broke her ankle in a game. So it was a good GAA introduction to our relationship. We share a pitch with rugby, lacrosse, American football and GAA. We're lucky, the Gemeente or the City Council, their sports service has a magnificent facility where we are at the moment. We've one of Europe's only full 15-a-side pitches, full AstroTurf pitch, fully floodlit to a TV standard, the whole lot. So it's a wonderful home for the GAA, not just in Maastricht, but the whole of Europe has been able to come here on numerous occasions. We've hosted 8 editions of the European football finals. We would have 7-8 pitches from 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 in the evening, and maybe 700-800 players from 50 cities around Europe competing for different honours, both in the men's and the ladies' games. When I came over to Maastricht in 2004, Europe was twinned with the Leinster Council. At the time, the board needed a secretary, so I stood in. I thought I'd be doing it for a year, and eventually finished up 10 years later. We'd fought hard to get Europe on the GAA map. We got a seat in Central Council, we got increased funding, and things grew across Europe. Along the way, I've been lucky to travel and meet so many people. There's now over 90 clubs across 24 countries, and I was just the other day, I was counting them. I think I've been to 64 of the 92 clubs, either refereeing or officiating or visiting as a board officer. And of course then I would also be tutoring referees, training referees. So we're doing that a few times a year as well. So over the last number of years I've been a regular attender at the Asian Gaelic Games. It's not a junket by any means. You earn the trip when you go out there. You might referee 30 short games over the space of 2 days in 100% humidity and nearly 40 degrees of heat. But it's wonderful, and it's brought me to places like Bangkok and Shanghai, Kuala Lumpur a number of times. It's always a wonderful experience, and it's great to compare the different culture, the different approach that you would have in Asia as opposed to Europe. All in all, I mean, how could I complain? It's been a joy to be involved. It's been a joy.